is Googling.
I didn't prepare. I thought I was just doing one movie.
Welcome back to HM and Big E Review Things. Today we are looking forward. We've done a few looking backwards videos, last couple of videos, top 5 movies, TV shows, board games. We're looking forward now to our top 5 anticipated movies of 2023. What do we think, guys? Is this going to be a bountiful year for good movies?
No. I mean, I looked at the list.
There are some. But it's not, it's looking a little lean for quality.
Now, the list that I'm looking at, maybe it's lean because they're like the bigger movies. Like there's probably going to be, during Oscar season, there's a lot of movies that you get mentioned that are smaller, and then you want to watch them.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, like the more artsy kind of.
Exactly. They don't get promoted until they're released, and then they get some traction, and they're like, oh, you got to check this movie out.
All right, let's dive right into it. Let's start with number 5, our 5th most anticipated movie of 2023. Rob,
okay, so this is going to be surprising, but I really enjoyed Bumblebee. So my number 5 is Transformers: Rise of the Beast. Yes, I am very curious as to where this movie is going to be going because of the fact that, let's just be honest, the Bayformers were more miss than hit, right? But Bumblebee surprised me.
But is this a Bay movie?
No,
it's not.
The Bays are done. This is the new continuity.
I mean, he's on there as a producer because, they need money and graphics and whatever, right? But in the end, I'm curious. And it's about, Beasties?
Yes.
Right? Something that we grew up with
Beast
in the 90s.
Wars is what I remember it as.
Yes, Beasties, Beast Machines, Beast Wars. Yeah.
That already makes me a little bit nervous. Like, why are we going in that route? Is it actually Bumblebee continues his story?
Yes, it's a
continuation. So it's in the 80s. John Cena's back.
It's 90, right? 90s? Or
yeah, they're into the 90s now.
Yeah.
Okay, so John Cena's back, or Haley?
And Haley Steinfeld?
Is she back?
Nope, Haley Steinfeld is not. This is an entirely new cast.
Okay, that sounds like a total reboot to me.
I think in terms of tone and... I think Bumblebee. He
doesn't even look like it. He looks like he looks like the Bay.
Well, this is my fifth.
Only my number 5.
It definitely is not.
What is your number 5 then? Let's read.
Okay, I didn't prepare well enough. I only have like 2.
Okay, well then you can jump in on 2. Do you actually only have 2?
Well, it's because so many are trash can predictions.
So then my fifth is Wonka.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Directed by Paul King, who did Paddington. And, Paddington is...
a tearjerker.
Paddington 2 is, like, one of the best movies of all time.
Whoa.
All time?
All time.
Okay, all right.
All time in bear movies?
In movies about CGI bears?
Yeah.
No, I think it's still the top. I think it's still 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It is a good movie. I don't know if it's all time.
It is a tearjerker.
And so I think
right,
I haven't seen any trailers or anything about it. It's Timothée Chalamet.
Yes.
And so I'm expecting it to be kind of in that same kind of vein, a bit heartwarming, bit of a character study. Timothée Chalamet usually is quite good.
The last Wonka I remember was Johnny Depp's, and those
was not great.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is it going to be back to the wonder and magic and positivity versus kind of weird, dark Tim Burton kind of thing? Yeah.
So that's my number 5. Rob, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is also another shocker, Renfield, with Nicolas Cage and
Nicholas Hoult. Yes.
And Awkwafina.
Yes, the vampire thing.
So pretty much the premise of the movie is Nicholas Hoult is, trying to get out of a toxic relationship.
Yes, he's a familiar.
Yes, because, he's been sent to, essentially get bodies for Dracula to, feed on, right? And, I don't know, it's my kind of humor.
Have you seen What We Do in the Shadows? This is exactly kind of the same thing. It centers around the main character. The human eyes is a familiar for a group of vampires. Anyway, you should check that out if you haven't.
And I will. But again, this is my number 4.
All right, and you still don't have a number 4. I know you're Googling.
I'm Googling. Well, I'm scanning them, and a lot of them are just like, I don't think so.
We'll get to the negatives soon. My number 4 is Ferrari.
Okay.
Directed by Michael Mann.
Who's a great director.
Who's a great director. So, if nothing else, it will be extremely stylish and kind of cool, essentially, for the lack of a better word, and it's starring Adam Driver as Ferrari. So I like cars. I like racing. Michael Mann, Adam Driver's is enough for me to get me pretty excited for it.
I know Adam Driver. He's been in a lot of stuff.
He's been in a lot of stuff.
Or I will jump in here.
Here we go.
Because I did see a movie.
one.
Well, because you said one. I don't know. Nothing's been talked about this movie. It's called 65, and it's Adam Driver.
Oh, okay.
The sci-fi one.
The sci-fi one where I guess he jumps back in time to fight dinosaurs or something. Okay, so it's Jurassic Park means Minority Report or something. He looks like he's wearing some kind of space suit. But Adam Driver, almost everything he's in is
It's pretty good.
Pretty good. Like, I haven't really heard of him except for...
He was the best in the sequel trilogy.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, fine,
And
yes.
he may be the only Star Wars actor really... I mean,
Oscar
other than...
Isaac.
Well, other than Ewan McGregor. I mean, he was already established.
Yeah.
But, I'm saying Adam Driver, he's the in thing right now.
Yeah.
So, I'm looking forward to because
65.
I think it's called 65.
I think 65 million units.
Yes.
I see.
That's right.
I see. All right, number 3. I think I'm guessing we're going to start overlapping soon.
I don't know.
At the top ones. Your number 3.
My number 3 is Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Yes, overlap.
That's my 3 too.
Oh,
That's
wow.
literally my number 3
For
too.
sure,
Again,
sure.
I enjoyed Tenet and Christopher Nolan. Hey, it's a flavor, right?
Yeah.
And this one, I mean, have you seen the cast?
I know.
It's an all-star
stacked.
cast.
It's pretty stacked.
You have Cillian Murphy, Emily Blunt, Robert Downey Jr., Matt Damon.
He's always in these weird roles.
Wow.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, in terms of director draws, when Nolan comes out with a movie, people take notice, and it's usually going to be interesting, worth a watch.
Big cast, big budget.
Yeah. I wasn't the biggest fan of Tenet, but I'm glad I saw it, and I'm looking forward to this one.
And also, I have some
That's my number
biases
3.
around the World War II era.
Yes.
It's one of my most favorite history.
Yes, I know that because I remember growing up, one of your favorite movies was Pearl Harbor.
Yep. And
Schindler's
List.
Yes, great movie. Well, one great movie, one not so great movie. All right,
Michael Bay.
Number 2. I really think we're going to be overlapping quite a lot here. Number 2. What's your number 2, Rob?
Well, give me some.
Okay.
You took Oppenheimer from me. I'm going to have to say I'm looking forward to the Mission Impossible.
Oh, that's my number 2.
Oh, that was not my number 2. Okay.
That's my number 2 as
All right. It's going to be a big blockbuster.
Yeah.
Coming off of Top Gun Maverick, I think he's going to do some pretty cool stuff. There is that big, social media post where he does incredible stunt. So I think that's going to be good.
I think and this is me eating humble pie from the video where I thought Maverick would be terrible. I think Top Gun will be better than Mission Impossible.
Really?
Yeah, I could see that. Partly because
I think Top Gun is better than the last 2 Mission Impossible, which were, I think, very good.
they're good action flicks, but he's done. Tom Cruise has played Ethan Hunt for 27 years, so it's all a little bit like.
Don't forget, this is a part 1.
Yeah, Dead Reckoning. Yeah,
so,
exactly.
I don't know. Hey, it's by the same director as Edge of Tomorrow.
Oh,
Christopher McQuarrie,
excellent.
which is
your
top 3 sci-fi
action sci-fi. It's very specifically segmented. Okay, sorry. So that was your number 2, and that was your number 2 as well.
That was my number 2 as well.
My number 2, I think, is probably your number 1. Is Dune Part 2.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
in there. Yeah, that was my
Dune
number
Part
1.
2. I mean, in terms of directors, we talked about Nolan, but Villeneuve puts out amazing, beautiful movies.
Yeah, he's
every single one of his movies have been beautiful. And
he's such a thoughtful director.
Yeah,
and everything he comes out with is like cinema gold. Like, I don't know. It's good.
And
I
part 1. I mean, when we went into it, I don't think we knew that it was part 1.
No.
And it just kind of ended rather abruptly, and was like, we found out that it wasn't even greenlit part 2 yet, and it's pretty bold for him to make a movie that just ends on this random cliffhanger.
I'm surprised. I mean, I thought Spider-Man was going to make your...
And that is my number 1.
Or the other one I thought was Dungeon and Dragons Honor Among Thieves.
That actually is in my honorable mentions.
Oh my goodness.
Because I think it'll just be kind of like a silly, turn off your brain kind of...
I feel like it's going to be like the World of Warcraft where it's panned.
Warcraft,
okay, fine.
But 1 is Spider-Verse across...
Okay,
Spider-Man across the Spider-Verse.
All right.
I think the first Spider-Verse is one of the best superheroes movies of all time. I'm making more and more bold claims here. Spider-Verse was a great movie.
It was a good movie. It was groundbreaking.
It was I mean, obviously for superhero movies, it kind of took it in such a different direction. But even just kind of animation style.
Right.
Before it, everything was stuck in the let's imitate Pixar, Disney style.
Yeah.
But this went so different. And it kind of spewed off all this stuff. I mean, even when we're talking about Puss in Boots, which was nominated for best.
They tried a little bit of that.
They tried, and so it's kind of given people like, oh, we don't have to kind of go for the cute, big eyes, Pixar look. We can try something different, and so it was really groundbreaking in that way. I'm excited to see what this one.
Yeah, the only thing that really stood out to me was it's fewer frames per second.
Yeah,
right?
they do. Well,
that was the style, though.
Yeah, I think it's called Two-Step or something. I don't remember. My brother-in-law's an animator, and so he'll never watch this movie. He doesn't like this channel. But he worked on the first movie, and he didn't work on this one. But that's deliberate. Those choices were deliberate. Yeah. And so that's my most anticipated movie.
So no Marvel. I didn't hear any Marvel.
No. Those are in my honorable mentions.
Well, Spider-Man is
technically Marvel, although this is not part of the MCU.
Sony Productions.
But the Spider-Man movies have been part of the MCU, but this one is not.
No DC?
No, Shazam is on my honorable mention.
Is Flashpoint coming out?
Yes, I think so. That's not on my honorable mention.
That's a curious
Flash,
movie, man.
Yeah,
that's a curious movie.
There are some early predictions that it is very good.
James Gunn says it's the best superhero movie he's ever seen.
Wow, that's
I mean, he's the head of DC now, so he would say that.
Right.
And then my last honorable mention is Elemental.
Yeah.
Which I'm
Is
sure.
that the Inside Out?
No, it's the fire lady meets the water person, and they fall in love. I think, and I don't know. And Pixar usually is. There's a pretty high minimum quality. They haven't been knocking it out of the park like they used to. But even their least interesting is always there's a minimum quality.
I mean, there are a few honorable mentions now I think about it that I'm looking forward to. Creed 3, I'm a fan of the Creed series.
Oh, yeah, you are, yeah.
Right.
So those are our top 5 anticipated movies each of 2023. There is quite a few overlap.
Yeah.
2-3 movies that are overlap. Some interesting choices for 4-5. Let's see how Transformers works out in 65 and
most of these are properties that we know. Like a lot of the good movies that we watch at the end of the year, it's because someone watched it and they recommend it to us, and then maybe gets an Oscar nom or something. But these are all properties we know, or actors that we trust in, or directors. So that's usually the game now.
All right, so those are our top 5 movies. What are you looking forward to? Let us know in the comments below. Are we wrong for mentioning any of these? Are there any that we've completely missed because Homing couldn't Google it at the last minute? Let us know in the comments below. And until next episode, keep watching movies.
Please like and subscribe to our channel and help us spread the word.
Oh, yeah. We're also on podcasts now.
Oh, yes.
Check out our links below if you want to hear us in audio form and not look at our beautiful faces. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.